Welcome to Edison TV. I'm Catherine Thompson, Technology Analyst at Edison, and I'm here today with Marc Desrayaud, CEO of Mikron. Mikron is a Swiss-headquartered and Swiss-listed manufacturer of high-precision automation solutions, machining systems, and cutting tools. To kick us off, Marc, do you think you could give us a brief overview of the company?
Thank you, Catherine. I will be very happy to do it. So Mikron is a Swiss technology group with 3 strong divisions. They are acting with similar values and positioning, but in different environments. So the biggest division of Mikron is Mikron Automation. We deliver automated assembly solution to assemble complex parts. Today, we are focusing on Medtech and Pharma devices like injection pen or inhalators. Division Automation represents approximately 2/3 of the turnover of Mikron, so it means around 250 million Swiss francs. We are growing fast thanks to our long-term positioning in the insulin and GLP-1 injection system, but also the sensors, the blood sensors, and also the inhalators. Mikron Automation is acting locally in all continents. It means that we are designing and delivering system and solution in US, in Europe, in China, in Singapore for the regional market. The second activity of Mikron is a segment machining solution, which is regrouping 2 divisions. This segment is approximately 130 million, so approximately 1/3 of the turnover. The first division is division Mikron Machining. We are leader in high-performance machining system to manufacture complex and precise metal component in high volume. So if you need a volume, if you need a price per piece which is low, if you need a high quality, high reliability, and if you need a machine which is specially designed for your needs, we are the right partner. Our core product is a so-called transfer machines. So CNC transfer machine means that you enter the machine with a raw material bar, and then you end at the end of the machine with a finished parts. And the process can include up to 120 different operation steps, so very efficient. Division Machining is producing centrally in Switzerland, and of course we have some sales and service offices in US, in China, in Italy, and in Germany. And the third division of the group is a division Mikron Tool, which is a spin-off of machining. We are supplier of cutting solution for high-performance machining of complex metal parts. So a part of the business is linked with Mikron Machining. Of course, we develop solution with machining and tool, but tool is also acting independently on the market with other machine suppliers. And here we are focusing on small diameter cutting tools for difficult to cut material. Here we are speaking about Titan, special alloys, and we have a good growth in the last years in medical and aerospace, where the efficiency gain are important. Division Tool is operating from Switzerland and Germany, and we have some sales office in US, in China, and various countries of the world through distributors. So what these 3 divisions have in common is a positioning as a leading partner for large customers for high-performance production system to manufacture complex and precise components in high volume. This is our positioning. As a whole, the Mikron Group is a Swiss group with more than 1,000 employees in Switzerland, in total 1,600 employees worldwide. We are present in US, in Germany, in China, in Singapore, and Lithuania. We have a turnover 2025 of 380 million Swiss francs with more than 10% of it. Most of the function of the group at a division level, so we have a quite lean group.
Right, and you touched on this in your answer already, but could you talk a little bit more on the different end markets that each division serves and the trends that you're seeing there?
Yes, Catherine, we are present in almost all the industry market and application where you need volume and precision. We have made a transfer of industry. We were quite largely focusing on automotive some years ago. Today, we are mostly a Medtech and Pharma company. So more than 60% of our turnover is coming from the Medtech and Pharma in the 3 divisions. We are developing today aerospace and semiconductors, and we are also quite a good position in the luxury and the watch industry, where you need to have the quality and the volume. So Medtech and Pharma continue to be our focus because it grows, and now the industry is coming into a consolidation, needs some more efficient solution to produce. There is more competition, so price per piece is going down. And of course, the customer need a partner which is ensuring the reliability of the process and also the standard to produce according to the different markets. Automotive is still important for us. We are a niche player in automotive on very high-end application, for example, in injection system. But we know that automotive is in transition, so we do not have the volume in the new generation of cars because not all the brands are going to large volume. But we are positioned in the future for electrical vehicles. Aerospace is also an industry which is developing because there is a lot of production coming up. So there will be large volume in the coming years, with 26 to 28 being the peak. And now the customer need to have some solution to produce in high volume and high quality. So we are quite well balanced between the industries, and we have some area to develop.
And you've just reported your FY25 results. Do you think you could talk us through the highlights?
Yes, sure. So 2025 has been a hard year with a lot of surprises. Speaking about the tariffs, speaking about the strong Swiss francs. European industry is quite in difficulty, especially Germany, which was always a leader. But the most important for us is that in 2025, we could manage to show resilience. So what I mean with resilience is that even if the market are going up and down, we were hoping to have a lot of business in US. The US was introducing some tariffs. So all this allowed us to keep the performance. We improve even the performance. So we show that we are adaptive and that we don't know what tomorrow will be, but we are ready to adapt. The consequence of this uncertainty is that a lot of projects by our customers are being postponed or cancelled. Some people have placed some orders in USA, but with the new import rules, they decided to postpone because they don't want to pay additional tax to import the machines. Some others are thinking about moving some machine to US. So we have the chance that we have global and that we are supporting our customer with different business model. The profitability was improved. I think we managed to get the benefit of the units which are performing well. So Boudry was running very well and have very high scalability of profit. And for the area where it was less performing, we managed to reduce the cost and to adapt. So with that, we could overall improve the profitability. Another highlight for 2025 is that despite this uncertainty and we had to add a lot of reactivity, we are working in parallel in a lot of investment for the future. So we have invested quite a lot in the infrastructure, in buildings. We are investing also a lot in improving our internal process, introducing a new HR platform. We are preparing a move on a new ERP system. So we have a lot of improvement projects internally, which have been done in parallel to this difficult market situation. So overall, the best performance of Mikron since decades and a very strong solution. And we have a very solid financial situation. We are coming out of 2025 in a relatively strong position.
And looking at your product and service offerings, could you talk about how you're developing your digital and lifecycle services and why these are so important to you and your customers? And then also, could you just comment on the role that you think AI will play in the business?
Yes, of course. So digital solutions, so the digital product that we sell to a customer in addition to the production system, I think is coming today a standard for the company we want to position as a solution supplier. That's why today we speak about solution, not anymore about machines. The traditional industry need to be digitalized. We know that today to improve the productivity, to improve the efficiency of the production, you need digitalization. You have also the pressure on sustainability where you need to improve the energy consumption. You need to have a lot of data, and not all our customers are ready for that. So we are offering a complete solution. Mikron has invested in the core competencies of digitalization. I think we are one of the only one which is managing a good production system process know-how. So we know how the machine or the tool or the automated line are running. We have developed a very open and flexible data acquisition system that we can install on Mikron machine, but also on machines which are not from Mikron. We have developed some process application, for example, control system for tools. We are able to predict the lifetime of a tool. And then we have last year in 2024, we have acquired a spin-off of a Swiss university, which have got knowledge in AI and IoT. So we have today all the components to be able to offer an ecosystem, which is performing on Mikron machine, but we can also integrate some machines which are not from Mikron for the customer to manage his energy consumption, to manage his production planning, to manage the maintenance of his machine. So I think that we are relatively complete in our offer. Another part of the digitalization is also digitalization of our internal process. Here we have developed a lot of application in order to simplify the way we work, to gain in speed, to remove some non-added value functions. It's not about replacing people, it's to giving the people the time to work on more important things. And here, artificial intelligence is playing a big role. We are just touching the surface of what artificial intelligence can do, because we need first to develop also the process and the data. But I'm convinced that in the future, AI will play a very big role if we want to stay competitive and if we want to open to the customer a competitive product.
And I know you're in the midst of expanding your production facility in Boudry in Switzerland. Could you give us an update on how this is progressing and also any other operational improvements underway or planned?
Yes, so it's progressing well. We are on track. It has been a huge challenge. You have to imagine that we start with a building, or we start with a project in mid of 2025, and it was a huge working place. So we are speaking here of doubling the capacity in Boudry. We are on track. We have the delivery of the first area in January. So it is a new production hall where we assemble the machine to be able to receive the customer to make the factory acceptance test. So it's a big hall of 3,500 square meters. So this has been already delivered. We are working now to have the delivery of the new storage for the customer parts. We are getting millions of parts of customers every year in a plant in order to debug the process and then to make the factory acceptance test. So here we are making a new, very modern storage location. And that last but not least, we are extending also the surface for employees because we have grown very fast. So we have more than 50% extension in the employee surface and also in the parking. And this will be delivered by the summer. So we hope that in September, October, we can have an official opening of these new plants. It has been a huge challenge because we are fortunately having a lot of business. So we had it in the meantime to find some external locations where we can continue to assemble some machines. So we have today 3 locations around Boudry, which are helping us. It's a little bit like when you are driving with 120 kilometers an hour on a motorway and you have to change the wheels, but we manage. And to answer your question, we see already that with the growth, we have increased the turnover. So we have a scale effect, which is making Boudry extremely profitable. But we think that the efficiency game will come in 2027. So we have official opening in October 2026, and in 2027, we'll get the benefit of these efficiency gains.
Great. And finally, do you think you could talk about the company's outlook, both for the year ahead and also in the medium term?
Yes, so we have got still a lot of ambitions. There is still a lot of things that we have to do when we want to do. We'll continue to modernize and to expand Mikron business. We are a profitable niche player in very large markets, and the world is changing, so which is creating a lot of opportunity. So I think we have a lot of potential. It will be up to us to gain some market share and to enter into new markets. 2026 will be a transition year because we have some capacity limitation first. Secondly, we know that the machining market will be relatively weak. All type of machine with very high productivity is a little bit late in cycles. So we see that the market is starting to move a little bit for I would say, the simple machines. But we will need some time until we recover in machining. So I don't think that 26 will bring a lot of growth. But we have a good hopes that from 2027, with all what we do, we will continue to grow. We have a strategy since 2022 to have a 5% growth per year. We are on track since 2022. Our target is to come with this 5% growth per year until 2030. And we are starting in 2026 some new initiatives, because we know that the market where we used to be are not the same. We know that there will be quite a lot of competition coming from Asia. We know that the automotive market will not be the same. So we have started in 2026 an ambitious initiative plan to gain some new market share, to enter into new market, but also to improve our internal efficiency. We go on a new ERP in the coming years, and we are investing quite a lot in order to make Mikron a more efficient company. So I think Mikron is a good investment for the future, for shareholders, but also for employees, because we have a lot of things to offer, and I think that we will have a good future.
Great. Well, thanks so much, Marc, for speaking to me today.
Thank you very much, Catherine.